Have you ever wondered why some men barely try, yet women can't seem to get enough of them? Why she checks her phone hoping for his text? Why she thinks about him late at night? Why she keeps chasing his attention even when he gives her so little? The truth is, it's not an accident. There's a reason 99% of women become addicted to certain men, and it's not about looks, money, or status. It's about psychology. Once you understand these patterns, you'll see exactly why women fall for some men and completely ignore others. So let's break this down step by step. In this video, I'm going to reveal the traits that turn ordinary men into the type women crave. And here's the best part. Any man can learn them. These are not tricks. They're not games. They're timeless principles that make you magnetic without even trying. By the end, you'll know why women become hooked on men like this, and how you can live in a way that naturally draws them in. The first thing you need to understand is mystery. Most men give themselves away too easily. They reveal everything about themselves in the first few conversations, thinking honesty equals attraction. But what actually hooks women is the unknown. Think of it like a movie trailer. A trailer doesn't show you the whole story. It gives you just enough to keep you wanting more. The same goes for men, the ones who don't spill everything, the ones who let women wonder, what's he really like? What's he thinking? What's his story? Those are the men who stay on her mind. Mystery is not about lying. It's about not putting your whole life on the table immediately. It keeps her curious, and curiosity is the root of obsession. The second trait is emotional control. Let's be honest. Most men lose control when they're around women they like. They overreact to texts. They chase too hard. They get jealous at the smallest thing. And all of that screams weakness. But the man who is calm, steady, and unshaken, he's rare. And that rarity is addictive. Women test men all the time, consciously and unconsciously. They want to see if you'll bend, if you'll get angry, if you'll lose your cool. When you don't. When you remain composed no matter what. That's when she realizes she can't shake you. And the moment she knows she can't control your emotions, she starts to crave your attention more. Now, let's talk about purpose. Nothing hooks a woman more than a man who clearly has something bigger driving him. Men without purpose are easy to read. They orbit women, waiting for attention, making her their mission. And at first, it might feel flattering to her. But over time, she loses interest, because there's nothing for her to respect. On the other hand, a man who has goals, vision, and direction is like a moving train. She can either watch it pass, or she can hop on and ride with him. That forward momentum is magnetic. It's why women chase men who seem too busy for them. It's why she says, "He doesn't text me back right away, but I can't stop thinking about him." Purpose makes you scarce. Scarcity makes you valuable. And value creates addiction. Fourth, let's uncover the power of unpredictability. Most men are routine in the worst way. They text the same way, respond the same way, plan dates the same way. Predictability kills excitement. Women, like anyone, crave novelty. They crave surprise. That's why she watches drama shows, why she scrolls endlessly, why she plays games on her phone. Unpredictability gives the brain a dopamine hit. Now apply that to men. The man who doesn't always respond the same way. The man who sometimes takes her out to a fancy spot, and other times just for a walk. The man who makes her laugh unexpectedly. That unpredictability keeps her guessing. And when she can't predict you, she keeps thinking about you. That's the seed of obsession. The fifth thing is self-sufficiency. Women become addicted to men who don't cling. Men who are complete without her. Think about it. If she feels like you need her more than she needs you, she loses attraction. But when she feels like you enjoy her company but don't depend on it, she becomes invested. Why? Because she can sense you'd be fine without her. And nothing makes someone want you more than knowing you don't need them. This is why men who are busy, fulfilled, and independent always seem to have women chasing them. It's not because they ignore women. It's because women sense their completeness. And finally, for part one, there's presence. Presence means when you're with her, you're actually with her. Most men split their attention. They're half on their phone, half listening, half engaged. But the man who can make a woman feel like she's the only person in the world during those moments, even for just an hour, hooks her deeply. Because in a world full of distractions, presence feels rare, and rare things are addictive. So let's recap part one quickly. Mystery keeps her curious. Emotional control makes her respect you. Purpose gives you momentum. Unpredictability keeps her excited. Self-sufficiency makes you magnetic. And presence makes her feel seen in a way few men can provide. Put these together, and you've already created a cocktail that 99% of women can't resist. But we're just getting started. Because in part two, I'll reveal the deeper psychological triggers, the things that bypass her logic and go straight into her emotions. These are the secrets that make women not just attracted, but addicted. Now that you understand the first layer of attraction, the traits that create curiosity and respect, it's time to go deeper. Because here's the truth. Attraction can spark quickly, but addiction comes from the emotional hooks you place in her mind. This is where most men fail. They might impress her at first, but they don't know how to reach the part of her that craves more. And that's what separates men she forgets from men she can't stop thinking about. The first deeper trigger is contrast. Contrast is what makes emotions powerful. Think of a roller coaster. It's not just the speed that excites people. It's the highs and lows, the drops and the climbs, the fear followed by relief. The same is true with men. If you're always one way, always serious, always playful, always busy, she eventually adapts. But the man who brings contrast keeps her off balance in the best way. Maybe you're deeply focused one moment, then unexpectedly playful the next. Maybe you're calm most of the time, but when you laugh, it's full and real. That contrast creates emotional spikes, and those spikes are addictive. The second trigger is challenge. Let's be honest. Women are not addicted to men who hand themselves over too easily. Think about the difference between a prize in a vending machine and a prize you have to win at a fair game. The vending machine prize might be easy to get, but it doesn't feel special. The prize you fight for, the one you work for, that's the one you value. The same is true here. When you set standards, when you don't instantly bend, when she has to earn pieces of you, she invests. And once she invests, she doesn't want to let go. Third, we have storytelling. This might sound strange, but think about it. Humans are wired for stories. That's how we've passed down knowledge for thousands of years. A man who can tell a story about his past, his travels, his struggles, even small daily moments, creates images in her mind. Those images live in her long after the conversation ends. She replays them. She thinks about you. And that's how her brain begins to anchor her emotions to your presence. A story is not just words. It's a window into your world. And women don't become addicted to facts. They become addicted to the way you make them feel through those stories. The fourth trigger is polarity. Polarity is about masculine and feminine energy. Men who blur this line rarely create obsession. But men who live fully in their masculine energy, decisive, grounded, purposeful, create the polarity that women can't resist. Polarity is what makes her want to lean in when you lean back. It's what makes her soften when you stand firm. It's what makes intimacy electric. Without polarity, relationships feel like friendship. With polarity, they feel like fire. And fire is addictive. Now let's talk about scarcity. Scarcity is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. We want what we think we can't easily have. That's why limited edition items sell out. That's why people stand in line for hours for something rare. And women feel the same about men. If you're always available, always waiting, always giving unlimited access, she won't feel the urgency to value you. But if you're scarce, not fake busy, not playing games, but genuinely living a life full of purpose, then every moment with you feels special. And special moments are unforgettable. Sixth, we have leadership. Women become addicted to men who know where they're going and aren't afraid to lead. Leadership doesn't mean controlling her. It means creating direction, making decisions, and having the confidence to move forward. For example, instead of asking, "What do you want to do?" you say, "I know a great place. Let's go." That subtle difference removes uncertainty and makes her feel secure. And security is one of the most addictive feelings for women. Because deep down, no matter how independent she is, she craves the strength of a man who knows how to take charge. The seventh trigger is growth. Addiction doesn't come from staying the same. It comes from evolution. If you're the same man year after year, she adapts and loses interest. But if you're always learning, improving, and leveling up, physically, mentally, spiritually, she sees you as a source of inspiration. And inspiration is rare. Women don't just want a man to love. They want a man they can look up to. A man who challenges them to grow too. That's why growth is so addictive. It creates a future she wants to be a part of. Now let's pull back for a second. Notice how none of these traits are about faking anything. They're not about lines, tricks, or manipulations. They're about how you live, how you carry yourself, how you interact with the world, and that's why they work. Because when you embody them, they come across as real. And authenticity is the foundation of all true attraction. Let's go even deeper with one more key: withdrawal. You've probably heard the phrase, "absence makes the heart grow fonder." It's true. When you step back, when you're not always there, when you create space, it allows her to miss you. And missing you is one of the strongest forms of emotional addiction. Think about it. People don't crave what they constantly have. They crave what they don't. The man who understands this creates balance. He gives enough presence to build connection, but enough distance to build desire. And that rhythm is irresistible. So let's bring this all together. What makes 99% of women addicted to certain men? It's not looks. It's not money. It's not charm. It's the way these men tap into deeper psychology. Mystery, control, purpose, unpredictability, presence, that's the foundation. Then add contrast, challenge, storytelling, polarity, scarcity, leadership, growth, and withdrawal. And you've built a dynamic that hooks her emotions, her imagination, and her desires all at once. That's why she keeps coming back. That's why she can't stop thinking about you. That's why she gets addicted. And here's the final truth. This isn't about manipulating women. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally inspires this reaction. When you master yourself, your purpose, your emotions, your presence, you won't have to chase women. They'll chase you. Because women don't just want men like this. They crave them. They become addicted to them. So don't just listen to these words. Live them. Practice mystery by not over-explaining yourself. Build emotional control by staying calm in pressure. Set a purpose that drives your days. Be unpredictable in small ways that keep life exciting. Lead with confidence. Keep growing. And sometimes step back so she can feel the absence. When you live like this, you'll notice a shift, not only in how women respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, the real secret is this. Women become addicted to men who are already addicted to their own lives. When your life is so full, so magnetic, so inspiring that even you can't get enough of it, that's when she'll want to be a part of it, and that's when she'll never want to let you go.